I'm Garvan De Bru. I've a studio in Kildare town where we hand make leather bags. I'm very much celebrating leather because of its structural, hard wearing and working properties. That approach has derived both from my locality in Kildare as well as my background in furniture making or making structures. I guess my bags rely on a visual simplicity. Now, technically that can be tricky to achieve, or it's more at the artisan level where you are achieving it, because I'm spending a lot of time selecting my leathers and I'm working with very large portions of leather. Each of your portions are very finely made so that the complete object comes together. My style would be influenced by local saddle makers and bridle makers. I'd use skids at the bottom of my bags, and the handles would be also made from bridlery leather. You do need to be aware of what the properties of the hide are in that particular portion. If it's from the cow's shoulder, there's oftentimes wrinkles or stretch marks around their necks, or scars where their shoulders might be rubbing into fences. So it's character, but it's not a flaw. We'll try and incorporate it so that although it might be the same overall bag design, each individual bag is different. It's a veg tan leather, so it is as natural as possible to keep as many of the characteristics that might be in the hide. The touch and the feel of it and how it actually tools is just far more pleasant when it's at the more natural end. In the last few centuries, the tooling that I'm using has not evolved hugely. Although we're on an electric sewing machine for some of the items, it's kind of just a tool that makes that hand stitching slightly easier. The other sewing machine that I'm using is from the late 1800s. So essentially my objects certainly could have been made at any stage in history. Some of my designs are very much try to celebrate that fact. It is nice as small components start to become the complete bag, but of course your margin for error really reduces as all these things come together, as you approach the final objects. Because of the visual simplicity of the bag, at any stage, should there be an error within the making, it just means that there's more that has to be replaced, or you need to begin again. I do enjoy bags. They're a simple structure. They're an object in themselves, but at the same time my studio makes objects away from leather, and that certainly allows me to be inventive as well. And whatever the object I'm working on, there is a design ethos. My objective is just to make it as responsibly and as handsomely as possible. That's the goal for whatever object we're making.